Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm currently on the road in regional Australia on tour with Opera Australia, and these tours, they're like sort of 2 to 3 months of touring. So when I'm touring, I like to take a lot of things that I really like for my everyday life, and so I'm going to show you some of that gear today. Now it's going to be a bit of a flyby tour. I've shown a lot of this stuff many times on this channel. I've discussed it, some of it recently in a previous video. This is sort of like the update and shows some of the gear that I carry and the specific reasons for carrying that. So not all of this is carried on my person all the time. Some goes in my backpack, some goes in my sling bag, some goes in my checked luggage, quite regularly. But this is a bit of a broad look at what I have with me. So I mentioned my sling, and this is what I'm currently carrying. This is the Bellroy sling. It's a fantastic sling. It's good size. It's got some nice internal sort of pockets and things. I'll be doing a more in-depth review of this in the coming months. This is like what I carry on my person. I've got a Bellroy transit backpack as my standard backpack, which you can see a review of already on my channel. The main two things you can always find in my sling bag are these. So I've got my Galen 2 pen leather flat pen case and my Me Plus pocket size journal. So at the moment, this is my wallet. I carry a tactile turn bolt action pen on here, which is a great pen. And this is a really nice sort of leather pocket size ring binder. And then if I open it up, you can see there's room for a bunch of cards there in the card slot. And then, you've got weekly planners, you've got sort of monthly planners, all that kind of stuff. And then sort of general note-taking paper as well. It's a 6-ring binder. So that is taking the place of my wallet. Full review of that is on my channel. And then the 2 pen cases. The 2 pens I have in here at the moment are the Caris Pen Company ink. Great pen. This is inked with Diamine Earl Grey. And then I've got the Wingback stainless steel fountain pen. And this is inked with Diamine Oxford Blue. These live in my sling, or even this will come sort of in my pocket, as will this occasionally. If I'm not going out with my sling, I just carry those and I'm good to go. Next, I'll show a few sort of journaling or planning supplies, and this is the first one. This is my Everbook. I showed this in my previous EDC video, so I'm not going to go into it in great detail here. Plus, there's a review coming of this system on my channel. I have the Midori Bookband pen case on the front there, and in this at the moment, I have the Wingsung 699 fountain pen inked with Diamine Oxblood, as well as having the Lamy 2000 rollerball body, but with a M17 Jetstream refill hacked to fit in there. And then in here also, I have the mechanical pencil in brass from Wingback, which is one of my absolute favorite things to write with. Often I'll just carry that in like field notes or something in my pocket, which is also really handy. And then this system works by having, sort of you open it up and you've got places to store, your documents in little folders and things that you make. I carry a little notebook in there and then a bunch of blanks, as well as a Caran d'Ache ballpoint pen. This is a really great setup for on the road, for any sort of traveling, not necessarily sort of like the day-to-day carry, but for on the road, because I can keep track of all my projects and lists and things nicely in these folders, and then it folds up nice and securely. Nothing goes anywhere, and that can go into my backpack or into my luggage depending, and I'm able to then sort of have all those things for the projects that I'm doing, all the reviews and everything sort of on hand wherever I go. Next is the Lochby Voyager. Now this is also getting a full review. This is their answer to the Traveler's Notebook, and it's Traveler's Notebook size. I carry the Uniball Zento signature on the side there, which is a very cool pen. So this is like that typical, sort of traveler's notebook style where you can put multiple notebooks in. I have a sketchbook in here. I'll be showing all this once again, more in the full reviews. It's just a bit of a flyby view. I love this. I've taken this a couple of times just out, just to sort of do, a little bit of, later this month I'm going to Japan, so just to put some ideas and things down in there, because I'm going to be taking a traveler's notebook obviously to Japan, but because this is a same size of refill, I'm able to, you know, sort of just transfer these notebooks over into that when I go. But also this has been really nice for taking on just out for drawing and things like that. Another Lochby product that I've been carrying is the Lochby A5 zippered folio. Now this is really great simply because I journal, I do long form journaling, and at the moment I'm journaling in a Life Stationery Noble notebook. I love these notebooks, but they are just like, you know, like a card cover. So being able to put it into a really lovely case like this, I don't keep extra things in at the moment. It's all about the journal. And I can take this, you know, with me to a cafe, or I can take it with me on the bus or the plane, and, you know, sort of get my thoughts onto paper, nice and contained, nice and neat, and everything is sort of beautifully well protected by that fabulous Lochby cover. Now I've shown a couple of Lochby products and I will be showing more, but I wanted to take this moment just to remind you that in the video description for this video, on every video, there are a range of affiliate links that you can follow to get a little discount and also to support this channel. So there's Lochby, there's Wingback, there's Piorama, there's a bunch of them. I love these brands. I only associate myself with brands that I have tried and tested and used and enjoy. Otherwise, there's kind of, you know, I don't see the point in so highly recommending and trying to put these products in the hands of people if I don't love them myself. And while we're on Lochby, let's look at what gets dumped from bag to bag, and that is the Lochby Venture Pouch. I have it here in the navy. This is like my pencil case and sort of drop kit, sort of all in one. I find this is really a useful size. It's got some great features, like the handle on the top. I cannot tell you how much I use that handle. Every time I take it out of a bag, that is what I grab. So it's got two main compartments, and in this first compartment here I've got things like, you know, a charging brick and a little first aid kit I made in a little tin, and I've got some extra business cards and all that kind of stuff. I've also got down in here, you can't really see in this light, but pencil leads and an air tracker and loops and all those kinds of things. This goes in my backpack or my pull along if I'm carrying that. And if I'm, you know, when I'm at home, not on tour, and I go from a backpack to say like a satchel or something like that, or a larger sling, this can just get dropped in there and I've got everything I need. In the other big main compartment of this is like my everyday pencil case. So I've got ballpoint pens, I've got a digital pen, a ruler, a range of pencils, a Sharpie, a highlighter, and then a couple of useful cables. I've just got like a USB C to C there, and then a sort of a 3-in-1, so I can charge phones, AirPods, all that kind of stuff. As long as I've got my laptop with me, I'm able to sort of charge everything on the go. I've often thought about taking a little wall adapter in here. Haven't found one that I love for that yet, so keeping my eye out. And then for a range of my other sort of carry bits, this is my like tech carry kit. This goes in my suitcase. This this is the Orbit Key 2-in-1, I should say. I think it's an amazing tech kit. You open it up and you just see fantastic internal organization. So I have like a range of adapters and cables. Like an HDMI cable is super important on tour to put your computer into the TV so you don't have to watch everything on a tiny screen, all that kind of stuff. And then the great thing about this 2-in-1 is it's got this extra little pouch that lives inside it, which I use for sort of diabetic things. So I've got like a blood glucose monitor and that kind of stuff in there. All really important things to have on hand. And this Orbit Key kit just keeps everything so beautifully neat and tidy. I really love it. I love the orange of it. It's a real winner. Okay, we're getting towards the end of my sort of standard carry, and I know it feels like a lot, but remember I'm on the road for like almost 3 months at a time. So I've got art that I like to do, I've got journaling, planning, organization, I've got all my other work and all that kind of stuff. So it all sort of, is used and is tied in. This is the next thing I want to show you is, I've got a couple of products here from Piorama. This is the Trinity pencil case and pen roll. So on one end you've got a pen roll. This is for what I use for my art supplies. So I have like some graphic liners. I've got my Kakimori brass pen nib there. I've got a couple of decent pencils. I've got, you know, things like water brush pens, a glass dip pen. I've got, actually this glass dip pen is one of my favorites, like, because it's a capped one, so it never gets damaged. It's really, really wonderful. And fine liners and things like that. Actually, these are really fun. These are the water soluble graphite pencils from Staedtler, and they are really, really fun. I'm really enjoying getting to know those. But that's really cool because I can just sort of lay that out when I'm doing my work and my artwork, and it's all sort of there. And then I carry a few other bits and pieces in the rest of this. So it's got a little open up pouch on the front here. And in here, I just keep things like erasers and sharpeners. I don't keep a whole lot in here at the moment because this is a very scaled down art kit for traveling. You know, I'm basically doing most of my drawing in things like this B6 Penco little sketchbook, or on nice Fabriano paper just as I go around, or in that traveler's notebook sketchbook that I have in the Lochby venture pouch. And then I have this a few more pencils and sort of more you know, art fine liners, and a sort of a bigger brush here for putting down, you know, more water on things, especially with those water soluble pencils, or when I'm working with ink. I have a range of sort of ink, a few diamine inks with me that I've been using for art as well. So this is the Pirama Trinity because 3 sort of pockets. I love this. You know, I think it's an amazing product. Check out the link below if this is something you might be interested in. I think it's beautifully made and it's really nice to sort of use and carry. And the same goes for this. I'm not sure how much of this is going to fit into the camera. I think it just fits. This is the Omni from Pirama. This is a laptop case, and so the laptop sleeve, so the laptop would go in this main pouch here. At the moment I'm filming onto my laptop, so I can't have it in there, but it's got the main pouch for that, and then these 2 smaller pouches on the front. When you take the laptop out, you fold this over and magnets hold it together, and then you can have, like, you know, a little setup on your desk, you know, sort of open there with all your bits. So in one of these, I have in the front pouch some extra pencils and pens. I've got like a Uniball Zento in there. I've got even a Bic Crystal, I think. I've got like a Field Notes notebook in the back here. I've got some Diamine ancient copper ink cartridges and some washi tape. And then here I have the Lochby Quattro, which is my pen case that I'm using to carry the pens that aren't currently inked. And so in here I have the Hongdian 100, which is a very interesting pen, the Diplomat Viper, which is a fantastic pen, the Parker 25, a nice vintage pen from either late 80s or early 90s, I think this particular version is, and then the Scravina EDC in brass. So these are the 4 pens that aren't currently inked that I have with me. This Lochby Quattro pen case, this is the version 2 of it. The original had like top opening and then bottom opening so that the pens never sort of made contact, but it wasn't overly practical. Lochby make amazing products. The Quattro pen case is genuinely one of my favorites, and you can see, like, I'll just pull up the other navy I have here. So this is the venture pouch. You can see the difference in color, and that is just from use. It's been in my hand, it's been in pockets, it's been in bags, it's been carried and used so much since the day I got this particular one. I just think it is a phenomenal case. Everything feels protected. It's rugged, it's well made. Absolutely love that. And so I've been carrying that in the front of my Omni here because I like to keep it on me, so that lives in my backpack. This case lives in my backpack. And then in the other side here, I just simply have my Baron Fig Confidant notebook, which is my on-the-go notebook for rehearsals and production, and, you know, if I'm taking notes in master classes and things that I'm doing on this tour. So yeah, that also just lives here in my Omni from Pirama. This is really, once again, really rugged. It makes traveling really simple because, you know, you've got everything for your daily use sort of sitting here. You take this out of your backpack, this goes set up on your desk, it's all ready to go. You then have your computer out, you're working, everywhere can become your office. So that was a range of the bits and pieces and products and things that I'm currently sort of carrying with me and touring with, so that I can still do my work and be productive and get everything done that I want to get done. You know, Galen products, Me Plus, tons of Lochby, which I love. Great products from Piorama. Some self-made products with a few extra sort of additions. Great pens, great paper. You know, this is filled with Midori paper. We've got a mix of sort of Tomo River and Travelers Company paper here. We've got Penco sketch paper. We've got Fabriano paper over there, Live Stationery. It's all here. I love it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel, I'd love to hear from you. As I said, a big way you can support this channel is by using the affiliate links below. That gets you a little discount on a lot of these products, but also throws a little bit of support in the way of this channel to keep it going nice and smooth. And a big thank you to the brands who support this channel. So in the meantime, enjoy what you're carrying, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.